Elena Daly.
Hi, my name is Elena Daly and I'm 21 years old and I live in this city. And I'd like to start at the beginning and go through the laws and the facts regarding this exact event. We start at the beginning with the driver, Caleb, pulling into Mr. Perkins' driveway to start the process of repossession. Watching the camera footage, which is the only evidence we will see of this first encounter. You watch Caleb load Mr. Perkins' truck, walk around to the back of it, then slowly walk back to his truck, release Mr. Perkins' truck, and gracefully pull away. Now this will start the first illegal occurrence with wrongful repossession due to the Perkins family, right here, seated in front of you, having evidence contradicting the call for repossession that night. Notice I don't mention the alleged event between Caleb and Mr. Perkins, because the only evidence is time-stamped neighborhood camera footage that never shows or sounds like Mr. Perkins said or did anything. But there was a phone call made, not a 911 call, emergency call, a phone call between Caleb Combs and Officer Summers of Decatur Police Department of Alabama. With no evidence, Caleb explains that Mr. Perkins objected to the repossession with a firearm branded towards him. Branding means to bear on your person or in your hands, with the other party visible to see your firearm. Therefore, if this encounter has any truth to it, the driver, Caleb, would have breached the peace during the first encounter with Mr. Perkins, and Perkins was completely protected under his Second Amendment right to bear arms with reasonable and proportionate force to protect his property. Therefore, the police could not and should not help Caleb in any way, shape, or silent form. Now to get into the officer's head for just a second. Could Decatur PD open an investigation against Mr. Perkins for malicious intent? Based on this footage, that will be the only evidence, and the phone call, that will be the only evidence. No, Steve was completely protected under his Second Amendment right, even if the gun was directly pointed at Caleb Combs. No use of deadly force was used. No malicious behavior occurred due to Caleb being able to leave peacefully without the vehicle. This was still a civil matter until Decatur PD used none of their de-escalation techniques stated in their policy and procedures. Outlined also, I'm sorry to go over. I have a lot, I'm so sorry. Outlined also.
Can you just try?
It's 2 pages left, sorry. Outlined in Alabama Law Code 100.3b.
If you can just try, I'm just trying to be fair to everybody.
It's 2 pages of skipped lines so that I'm terrible at public
just
speaking.
Quickly,
so.
just as quick as you can. Thank you.
And outlined in Alabama Law Code 100.3b, also adopted by your police department. If Decatur PD decided to open an investigation based on something reported, not seen, they must inform the other party that there is now an active investigation against them. We all know that this did not happen. And no de-escalation techniques were used, except maybe one. Tactical repositioning, which is listed as a last resort. Now we get to the horrific consequences of your officer's actions. Steve Perkins was not only protected by his Second Amendment right, but also by the Castle Doctrine of the United States, and also by Decatur PD's own policies and procedures and Alabama law ordinances. In accordance to Alabama Law Code, we've all seen this, 7-9A-609, a lender can accomplish a repossession with the court's order or without, as long as there's no breach of peace. Breach of peace includes the involvement of law enforcement without the borrower's permission or consent. So either way, before Mr. Perkins steps out of his home the second time, Caleb is there, the tow truck driver. Every officer, every driver have breached the peace and continue to commit a crime by proceeding with a wrongful repossession. Hold on, I'm almost done. Don't even get me started on the liability codes under section 25.5-5 in Decatur, which state that the tow truck driver is actually liable and responsible for any injury to any person after making contact with the vehicle. Todd, I see you. I know you. And your officers didn't investigate. So what exactly are you? ALEA, Mayor, Council, City Chief, please understand. I'm young. I'm dumb too. Stop covering. Stop hiding. And stop stalling. I have completely, thoroughly, and swiftly investigated this matter with integrity and with transparency. I don't know the Perkins family. With much more than I just spoke about, and it's all right here in this notebook. If you have any questions, I'd be very happy to help you and help you do your jobs. I understand your innocence in this situation. I do. Each and every one of you are innocent to this because you were not there. But none of you are innocent to this call to justice. Call for termination and end your investigations tonight. Thank you.